Welcome back to Beast Autos. As you can see from the title, I've decided to give a little insight of what it's like to actually try to run a channel. By the time you see this, it'll be 1 year since we moved into this place. And then I got hold of Jimmy 2 months after that. I started to release about April. So yeah, to sum up, it's a money pit. It's graft. I used to worry that while I was being busy and I was writing plans down to do this, that someone was going to come along, maybe steal my ideas or do it before me, or it was a constant thing in my mind. Now I'm actually doing it. I can take solace that not many people would want to do what I'm fucking doing, or stupid enough. Obviously, you've got Auto Alex and them boys, but they started where they were employed, built up a following, and when he went into his own, he was lucky enough to take all his following with him. But starting from scratch, aside from a last minute Larry episodes, try to give a level of production that could shadow Top Gear, or like like very watchable, a bit cinematic. I don't want it to just be some podcast where you can just turn the cameras on and I can chat to someone. Like, that's going to come at some point. I do have a lot of interesting friends, but I wanted to like hit the ground running, which I think we did with the first series. If you haven't seen it, go check it out here. So yeah, it's just costing me an absolute fortune and all my time. So if I don't want to put anyone off, if you want to start a channel, give it a shot, it's great. But if you want to release every week and you want the level of, or aim for a high level of production, you haven't got time for a girlfriend. You haven't got time to sleep half the time. Like now. So I'm pumping this out. I'm also building my motorhome so I can go and rent out supercars, because them day events, one of my mates is into that, so he's got me on there. A little bit of extra pocket money in between my rig jobs, and maybe we can get an episode and all that. So I'm building the motorhome now so I can go down there, sleep on the racetrack for 3 days, then drive straight from there, which is south of London, all the way up to Dyce, Aberdeen, sleep there for 2 days, and then go to an oil rig for 3 weeks. Then when I get back, I've got to go and work for a company locally just to bring enough money in to support this. It's a massive money pit. No matter what goes on in your life, the editor needs paying every week, obviously the rent, and then you need to buy the cars. I'm going to give you a little tour as well. It's not going to be just me being waffling and things, but yeah, you need to buy the cars and you need the parts. You try to get staff in. You can't get the staff. Like the best garages in the world like have their team and they are locked in with that team. Every time I've gone to a garage, like where you haven't seen it yet, but I did an LPG run in Jerry, the 7 Series, and something happened along the way where I had to stop into a garage. That guy said, yeah, you can use the facility, use the tools, but do me a favour, can you give me a shout out? I need some staff. Every garage can't get good staff. I've had a couple of people in here come and go. And now I've just decided to do it all on my own, outsource a few things. We do have a very good sprayer, we do have a very good body guy, and he will be doing a car that I'll show you at the end, which is another YouTuber's car, and we can get a nice little collaboration, pump up the audience a little bit. And yeah, so we've got that covered, but finding a good mechanic. Obviously, how I'm building this, and I'm being fully transparent because I want to show you all the whole journey. Like this is my podcast area and my editing area, but this is going to be a working garage where we can restore 1980s, 1990s classics. Maybe a few special things now and again, but I want to save. My main thing is all the cars that used to go to illegal raves, XR2Is, Cosworths, all them Renault 5 GT turbos, the fun stuff, they've all disappeared because either people are saving them, keeping them off the road, or because they were technically cheap cars and now they're worth a lot of money, it's not it's not financially sane to restore them because it costs so much money. However, if I can bring some revenue in from the channel, then maybe we can bring the cost down a little bit, and someone that's got something hidden away, he might be able to restore it, or maybe we can buy it off them and then we can get paid from the channel and save the car, do a little episode on it, and whatever. So, but yeah, so my goal is to save 90s and 80s cars, all stuff that went to illegal raves back in the day. I'm into my music quite a lot, as you'll see. Called it, by the way. And yeah, it just you can't save cars. It costs far too much money to fully restore cars, and unless you're like a millionaire and you've got some car that you're attached to and you've got a blank checkbook, the common folk can't really restore the car. So I'm hopefully trying to save a few cars for some people. So yeah, join me on that journey as we go. But my main thing at the moment is building the channel to bring up some money to start that, and yeah. So the staff we've got at the moment, they've got their own 9-to-5s. They will be working for me as of a weekend. So the car that you'll see at the end won't be done fast. So, but it will be done hopefully for the first quarter of next year. And then as we start to build up, we can maybe open our doors and we can take the staff from whatever their jobs are now and take them on full time. So that's my little plan. But yeah, getting this YouTube off the ground it's hard work. See, like the bare minimum of things. So, and before I go into this, we have got a very nice special coming up soon. So just to give you a little bit of a spoiler alert, if you don't want to fucking know, then it's just fast forward. I'll put up a timestamp, fast forward it to that. So 7 or 8 absolute lunatics descended on my garage, and you will have seen by now I've got an Alfa Romeo Mito. We fixed, tuned first, fixed, modified, and generally fucked around all day and got that ready for a special to cross Italy, to cross the Alps, for a very special reason, very special to me and a very special reason for a lot of people that I know. So yeah, that the build itself, I've got to get through like 5 or 6 hours of footage. I'm going to release the uncut version because it is 4 or 5 hours of pure gold. We've got Glaswegians, we've got a guy from London, we've got Nad that chose not to be in the thing. I've got to blur his face again and that, but it was a fun day. We had a barbecue after and we just smashed it. We did some stupid shit to this fucking little car and it's hilarious all the way through. However, if I upload to YouTube a 4-hour episode, no one's going to fucking watch it. So that'll be on my Patreon. By the time you see this, it'll be on my Patreon in like hour episodes or 40-minute episodes, and you can watch the whole day uncut, absolute comedy gold. I will release it onto YouTube, probably in 2 episodes of the best bits. But yeah, it was a hilarious day. Like it's 5 hours long. I've watched it 3 times now already. It's a lot of your day. It's like people go work for 6 hours, you know what I mean? It's hilarious. My editor keeps watching it as well. I was like, I have to text him, like, you're going to get some work done, stop watching that. So yeah, that'll be on our Patreon, link down below. Patreon is coming, well, it's set up, but that needs to be, by the time you see this, it'll be sorted. So you've got 3 tiers. You've got a really cheap one where you can just help the channel if you want, and it's, you get wallpapers and screensavers and stuff like that, and a little bit of free merch when it's coming. I've had a delay on the merch as well. Another thing about having a channel, so the merch came and it wasn't up to the quality I was impressed. As with the first series, I want to be able to pump up high quality stuff straight away. So yeah, I've sent that back. So the hoodies I haven't seen yet, but apparently they're really good, and the air fresheners I'll find another another supplier soon enough. Maybe I'll ask Auto Alex who makes theirs or something, just for a little shortcut. So yeah, by the time you see them, that should be ready. So you'll have a first tier of a bit of free merch and wallpapers. Then there's a second tier where you'll get early releases, uncut, edited stuff I can't say on here. As you can see, I'm a little bit wild. I'm from the 80s and I generally don't give a fuck, but there's some stuff I can't really release here. Also, there'll be stories there, stories from Ibiza, stories in cars. There'll be stuff that can't be said here. So that'll be the second tier, and if you're like Barry Millionaire, there is a third tier that's like quite big. Please ignore that. Like if you really want to support the channel and you are massively quids in, I will appreciate it. But that's not for many people. I just thought to put that thing. Apparently, it's the thing to do because there's people out there that have got a lot of money and they do genuinely want to help. So yeah, all tiers will get free bits and bobs of merch, and all tiers when I do events and open days here, and because we will be doing some festivals, club nights, different bits and bobs. You will get free entry into that as well. So helping you, helping me, just to get going, because we're still not monetized at this point, and I'm nearly a year of doing episodes, and I don't know how many cars I've got, 10, 12 cars now. There's some in Ibiza as well. So yeah, thanks anyone that wants to get involved in that. So yeah, back to the stress of YouTube. So we've done people, the cars. Jamie's constantly broke, but it's not, please don't like text Auto Alex, comment Auto Alex, he sold me a pup. It was standing for a while before he bought it. He did enough to get it through his little episodes and everything to get the ones he wanted to do. Did a road trip on it, and then he's on to the next thing. That's his style. That's how YouTube works. I'm doing a completely different style where it is 2 seconds. Let's have a cigarette. That's never going to work. No. BRB. Is that unprofessionalism or is that just realism? So yeah, I'm doing a completely different style where I want to show the full builds of things, so we do more episodes per car. But as obviously Jimmy was standing for a long time, a lot of there will be an in-depth episode on this, but I want to give you enough. But so yeah, anything rubber slightly perished, obviously. So I'll get hose popped after hose popped. It wasn't ready for my spirited driving, so things have started to give up. It has been down to Tom Lenthal, as you probably would have seen last week. There's nothing like a fake cigarette, right? It just goes out. So it's a beautiful machine, and I can't stop having fun in it. It's getting tucked away soon because it's winter, but yeah, it is just. I mean, it's good. It's getting a full restoration bit by bit as things break. But like for now, it's for some reason dropping oil pressure, which is fucking worrying. But it does pick up if you give it a little rev. I wouldn't advise that if you drop all your oil pressure. So that tells me there's just a bit of sludge in the thing, so I've just got to do a cleaner. Hopefully it's just that. It's got not leaking any oil or whatever, so it just needs a little bit of a flush. It'll be getting a full service soon. But yeah, so yeah, cars, just, everyone knows cars are money pits, and I've got quite a few of them here in a short space of time. Like I haven't even started to touch Jerry yet. That needs to be straight piped and manual swapped for a film that I wanted to do out of it, that I wanted to do before the end of this year. So no, that'll be February, March, and then we'll do the big the big Jimmy versus Jerry around April time. I know I'm supposed to leave a bit to, I don't tell you everything basically, but. So, yeah, cars, problems, people, problems. And then you've got me. I'll be honest, my brain maxes out as spectacles, testicles, wallet, watch. That's it. And now I've got to remember, is GoPro 1 to 5 all charged? As the memory card's been wiped, cleared, organised, is this thing that's on now charging? This is a mini, what I'm watching this on now, what I'm filming this on now, is a shitload of record boxes and a mini tripod, because the attachment off the top of the tripod isn't in the kit bag for some reason. So in the interest of not wandering around the garage for 3 hours, I just thought to put it on a load of boxes to get it done. So yeah, my brain's maxed out. Then I'm worried about when the next money's coming in. Am I going to be able to afford things? Blah, 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 blah. Like, I know, like as we touched on before, I can be quite comfortable now and again. But there's sometimes when you don't work with the oil rigs, and you can have lulls and stuff like that. And normally I'd have a bit of money tucked away. I'd go to a beach, somewhere cheap, whatever, and ride it out. Or even just like, yeah, sit through it and yeah, just enjoy my time a little bit. But you lot need to see something every week, or the algorithm needs to see something every week. So, yeah, stressful. And then you've got the thing where someone broke into my old garage. And then there's normal shit as well. The cat went missing for 2.5 weeks. Turned out he was in the horse stables, shagging about 10 different birds, or cats technically, but female cats. And then he got bitten or something. He couldn't get home because he was so he was gone for a week and a half. So there's just the usual stuff that everybody deals with, and then there's this and then there's that. But so yeah, would I advise it if you wanted to get your own channel? Yeah, give it a shot. You need a lot of money behind you. I mean, you can do it on the cheap. Of course, you can do it on the cheap and then let your channel build up nice and slowly and whatever. But even if you look at like Mr. Beast, he was pretending. I'm not a fan. I've never seen any of his videos or anything, but I just saw a short the other day. He was pretending he was at college and editing videos and sleeping like 1 hour a night. He was just sitting in his car editing videos all day, hoping it would take off. It's a massive sacrifice. It's hard graft. That's how I've ended up having to pull the Patreon out. I didn't want to pull the Patreon out until we'd done a few specials. But I've just put it out there now. If you don't have to, like, I don't want to be begging or anything, but it would really help the channel if anyone could get involved a little bit. And obviously when the merch starts to come, that will help. And then the thingy, but it's all just going straight back into the garage. Like, I'm all right. I've had a pretty good life so far. So I'm just happy with a bit of food and getting this off the ground. So yeah, to sum up, massive stressed, I'm skinned, and it's fun. So yeah, I'll give you a little tour of what things to come. I don't want to be all doom and gloom and that. But I'm going to give you a little tour of a couple of cars that you haven't seen before. Well, 2 cars you haven't seen before, and Jimmy. So this little baby is Sonic. My Audi Quattro 2.8 litre V6. I did have one of these before. It was the 2 litre 16 valve in the same colour. I crashed it in the snow. Big fucking, yeah, going down a hill. Nothing I can do. Car turned into a sled. It's only the 2-wheel drive one, and I smashed the light and a few other bits and bobs just down here, and they wrote it off, which shouldn't have done. It only cost me 600 quid, but it was the best car I ever had, back in the day anyway. Engine's right over the nose, so the whole car was like a pendulum. No ABS, no nothing, just pure driving experience. People love these cars, people that know about them anyway. They are quite rare and kind of niche. This one is the Quattro. I always wanted the Quattro in this colour, but I believe the S2 didn't do it. It took me 16 years to find this one. Obviously not looking for it constantly, I was living abroad and that, but you have a quick look, don't you? And this one popped up. So yeah, this will be fully restored. Might be restored by me, and then obviously painted by someone else. Might just give it a shot instead of waiting for mechanics to come in. One of them kind of series where I'm not a mechanic, but let's see what we can do. You know what I mean? And we all learn together. Obviously the comments will go, you're doing this wrong, you're doing this right, or whatever. And we can all learn together. Maybe we'll do it like that. Sounds a good idea to me. Full behind the scenes info. Nearly killed me. First week we moved into here. Also, like, ignore the teddy, but like that in your rear view mirror, it's just a boss, mate. And then obviously we've got Jimmy, my favourite little toy at the moment. I just love this car. Thank you to Alex for selling it to me. Thank you Tom Lenford, manual swapping it. This one's not going anywhere. This one will be on the channel for quite a while. I don't want to milk it too much. Oh, he's doing Jimmy Jag again, blah, 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 blah. But there's a whole thing with this, obviously, because we're going to be restoration. You can follow this car on its journey. It'll be doing a couple more specials. And it will be fully restored, as you can probably see. Maybe you can't see on the camera, there's a bit of rust there. But here's my daily drive at the moment. He's going to get put away soon, it's winter. But yeah, it's very special to me, this one. He started the channel, launched the channel on my first special. Cost me an arm and a leg and fuel. Things have started to go wrong with him, but we're fixing him as we go. And within a year and a half or something, this will be basically a brand new car. And it's still got all the mod cons that you've got in your modern cars. Heated front screen, it's probably quite rare on modern cars. Single wiper, sporty, you know what I mean. Heaters work pretty much instantly, which that might sound like nothing, but that's rare on older cars. Aircon's ice cold. Brakes are amazing, engine's fucking sick, the sound of it with that exhaust. I can't fault this car, it's very me. Goes like shit off a shovel, but could also be comfortable. The 7 Series has got sports coilovers on it, and it's a little bit jiggly when you just set it at 70, which is unnerving. When you fucking give it some and you put your foot down, it sinks down into the springs, and it goes and it handles, it's great, but you don't be doing 120 all the time, do you? KPH. And then we've got Luke's Gamblers GTO. This is in for a full respray. We're going to make it look very nice for him. He was the one out of the crew that was speaking to me the most, so I feel like I owe it to him. It does look like it's been rallying at the moment. But we'll give you a little tour on this car. There'll be obviously a proper episode and everything, but these cars were awesome back in the day. I'm looking forward to getting it all ready for him and all tarted up and stuff, and maybe even running right, depends if we have time. But yeah, this one's going to be good. Our first restoration, and obviously behind the scenes footage. There's the motorhome that I'm building. I actually lived in this during COVID. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's not blue, it's supposed to be black, just the paint's crap. We've had a little bit of a bump here. Looks like he's been rallying. We've already changed the wheels, so they're looking quite nice. Grill and that. Changed the coilovers, as you can tell there. But yeah, look at that for a tightly packed engine bay. Epic, these things. And then you have the mandatory plastic interior from Japan. But I quite like the dashboard on these ones. And the seats are quite comfortable. They're not like Subaru seats where they are actually quite luxurious, especially for a Japanese car. Not bad. I won't be starting it. It's got a few issues at the moment. I respect it. So yeah, that concludes our little garage tour. Obviously there's other things going on, which is hush hush, because we have got a full video coming out soon. But yeah, as you can see, I'm flat out. I'm flat out. It's like 11 o'clock at night at the moment, and I haven't finished building the motorhome, and I've got a 3-hour drive to get to the racetrack. So yeah, it's just non-stop. It's absolutely non-stop. If you want to do this, you need to make space for it. You're gonna have to tell like the missus or whatever just to leave you alone. Just break up with her, because it is intense, let's say. So yeah, to sum up, we ain't stopping. Obviously, I'm already putting all my money into it anyway. So I'll just go away on a rig, earn more money, and keep going. We'll keep going and we'll keep going until we start making a little bit more money from the actual channel. And even then, it'll just get pushed into better specials. I've got plenty of specials in the making. That Italian one that's coming up. I hope we can do a nice Christmas special for you. I might be working away, unfortunately, if I don't get you a Christmas special. I do apologise, but I've got to pay for the channel. So best game ever, to sum up. But stress, financially recover. Only time will tell. No distractions, no women. I got a mate that comes around now and again, and we go for a little cheeky beer every now and again, like once a month or something. Nothing heavy at all, but he's always like, you need to start coming out for a drink, because you're just working, you're burning the candle at both ends, basically. I was like, yeah. So for the last couple of 3 months or something, we've been going out for a few drinks, but we come back to the garage like 10, 11, 12, maybe 1, and I'm back doing shit the next day. Obviously a little bit slower, but we're on it. So yeah, just want to say thank you for watching. Appreciate it. It's been very well received. All the comments are amazing. There are some die-hard commenters that once the merch is released, or once these air fresheners finally get here and we get some good ones, I'll give you some free ones. You're my guinea pigs, as I've said before. But yeah, if you really wanted to help us get things going, get things moving, you can cancel any time, but Patreon will be there. The link will be at the end, links in the description, links down below. And yeah, Christmas is coming soon. Maybe it's time to have a little bit of a break. No? Also, side note, I'm not trying to replace Clarkson here. I've just watched the Chris Harris, Joe Rogan, where he was getting hate mail and death threats and everything. What's that about? What is that about? Like, they tried to pull his kids into a van so he can get some dirt on him. Like, his kids were just playing in the street. What the fuck's that about? Yes, we all love Clarkson and no one will ever replace him, but people are going to talk about cars. Other people are going to talk about cars. Anyway, thank you for watching. I've loved to see your comments. Genuinely, sometimes when I wonder whether I'm doing this and like, should I just fuck all this off and go back to Ibiza and live on a beach? These thoughts cross my mind. There was a point, it was every day it was crossing my mind. And I'd see a little comment from you and it would make my day, and I'm like, yeah, let's keep going. So yeah, massively appreciated. I hope I put some smiles on people's faces, and we will continue to do so. Thank you very much, and take it easy.